What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? And welcome if it's your first time being here with us, and welcome back if you're returning. I'm the Nappy Dreamer,
And I'm Kia Blaine.
and
And together we are the Melanin Mindset.
let me
Why?
tell y'all. All right, so how about
Why did you fall apart? We've been trying to synchronize us saying we are the Melanin Mindset. But I don't know. I feel like we both too goofy to pull it off. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll get it.
oh my gosh,
Terrible. Terrible.
I,
We did so good
listen,
in practice. What happened?
bruh. Let me tell you why that just went completely different from my hopes, man. I had high hopes too.
What
That's the
happened?
worst part. I don't know.
Put under pressure. You just
It was so
completely crumbled under pressure.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I can't be messing my makeup up early this early. Come on now.
Okay.
I can't mess my makeup up this early. We just got started. All right. Yes, Sharita, you are the first one to comment on Facebook, and Jimmy, you are the first one on YouTube. So give it up, give it up, give it up for them. Thank you so much for being the first comment tonight. So since you are the first comment on Facebook, go ahead and share. And since you are the first comment on YouTube, drop that link somewhere. And friend, don't worry, I ain't gonna forget this part, okay? So if you are not already subscribed, please do us a favor and go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. Like right this minute. We're going to give you a second, okay? Give us a thumbs up on this video if you love the content that the Melanin Mindset brings you each and every week on Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Please go find us on Instagram, Melanin Mindset _. Please go find us on Twitter, okay? Melanin Mindset _. And then do us a favor and like us on Facebook, the Melanin Mindset. So we are going to be getting into some conversation about the mad black woman. We are
Yeah.
not going to address the comment here. So I realized when I went to do the review from last week, okay, I'll go ahead and say it. I went to review for last week, and Alvin commented and said, "Am I the first one?" So he was actually the first one
He
for
was
the
the first
Facebook comment last week. So woohoo, there are your applause. All right, today we are going to be diving into conversation about the mad black woman. Friend, do you
So
want
we
to
were
kick off?
going to talk about something else, but we had a guest. We had a couple of booking issues, so that's why we changed the topic. So if you saw a post about the Black church experience, that will be coming soon. But today we are going to talk about the mad black woman. So,
You're welcome.
so what are our experiences, and what have we come to notice about the mad melanin mama?
That's a t-shirt. We're going to put that on the t-shirt. The Mad Melanin Mama.
Mad
That'll be cute.
melanin mama.
Oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be fly. All right, so friend, we got to lay these definitions down first. So we're going to be
Mm-hmm.
looking at the definition of sass, because I know y'all know the mad black woman can be sassy, okay?
Well,
And then,
that's the gentle way. That's the way they try
yeah,
to make it sound nice. Like, oh, she's just sassy.
But
She's
then
just
when we looked up the definition
sassy.
of sassy, sassy is not a compliment.
Yeah.
Um, and then we also got the definition of rage. So let's look at sass first, okay? So it says bold rudeness or impertinence, especially when considered playful, appealing, or courageous. And then the definition of rage is uncontrolled or violent anger.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the definitions we have for tonight's episode. And you talked about experiences. You said share a story. You want to go first?
No. You can go first.
Oh, well, if
Yeah.
you insist. So, so I have experienced the whole mad black woman situation in my work. Okay, remember I was telling you just a minute ago. I was like,
Oh
I
yeah.
had a little run in. You know what I'm saying, with somebody at work, and she felt as though she needed to check me on
Mm.
the group call.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did defend myself, but I was labeled as getting mad. Now, please, viewers, if you're out there, let us know. Does it make you feel more at ease when they tell you you're mad? And friend, you can answer that while we wait for the people. But I don't know if
Hey,
they think they're helping by calling you mad.
whether I'm mad or not, if you call me mad, like I always say, you're gonna get what you asked for. Like I might have been perfectly fine. Somebody go, "What you mad for?" I'm like, "What the you mean? What I'm mad for?"
Oh
Like
my
I
gosh.
wasn't mad, but the fact that you thought I was, now I am.
It's like I wasn't even mad before. I was not mad. I was perfectly fine. But my response, of course, was, I'm not mad. And then they said, well, you're being defensive. And I said, well, I felt as though I needed to defend myself. Now, I do have a certain eloquence about the way that I express my concerns in the
Mhm.
workplace. So I was like, I did feel the need to defend myself because you opted to use this moment to attempt to belittle me.
Yeah.
And so with that, it's like, why? And so I'm like, I have nothing else to say.
Did you feel like when whatever was said, did you feel like it? Because like sometimes it just seemed like people continue to dig until you react. Like I've
Right.
situations where like, okay, I don't heard you, I'm gonna let that slide, I ain't gonna say nothing, and then it's like you jab again and you jab again, and then it's like, okay, so now that you obviously want my attention, now that I give it to you, I'm being defensive or I'm mad. Like, yes, at this point I am, because I let
Now
you
I
say what
am.
you had to say. I let you hold your peace, and we kind of let it go. And I'm like, okay, I understand, but watch your tone. But because I say watch your tone, now I'm mad.
Right.
No, I'm not mad. I'm warning you that if you
I'm
talk to me
I'm
like
letting
that
you know how
again,
you're gonna
I
have I'm
will
not letting
be.
you talk to me how you want to talk to me.
Yeah,
Right? I'm
exactly.
not I'm not mad. I'm just simply making it clear that when you communicate with me, it will definitely be at the same level, if not better, than how
Mm-hmm.
I communicated to you. Now
Yeah.
I like this comment right here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive and mad are totally different, and that is
Not
a
for
whole
us.
fact.
Not for us.
Of
Not for black women.
course.
Not for black women, apparently. I
Right.
agree. I agree. Defensive and mad are totally different things. But apparently, the less melanated world does not. Not even the
Apparently.
less melanated world, because let me be clear. A lot of times we do it to each other, and very much so, black men do it to black women a lot. Like, what you mad for? Like, I'm not mad. I'm just telling you that that situation was less than appealing. But because I said, it's almost like if we disagree or dislike anything, we're immediately mad.
I could co-sign to that. I
Like,
agree
why
100% with
can't
that.
I dislike your opinion? Or why can't I disagree? If I disagree, I'm mad. Like, that makes no sense.
You know what's funny, friend? That's
Mm.
what it was. I did not agree.
Yeah.
That's
See?
how it all started. I did not agree. It was a concept, a proposal of an idea of how to carry something out. And I was like, that's not feasible. It does not make sense. And so, with that, I'm like, if you look at the whole scope of the thing, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Then it could be carried out, blah, blah, blah. But it was, well, why are you getting mad? I'm not mad. I,
I just
I,
disagreed with what you said.
I was like, I disagree. And then it's not just a matter of me disagreeing. It's just a matter of I disagreed with a solution though. I
Yeah.
disagreed and gave a resolve. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not like I just shot your idea down. I said,
Yeah.
hey, have we considered blah
Because
blah blah?
somebody who's salty or angry might be like, "Oh, that don't sound right." That's how I know you just being salty. But if I say, "Well, that seems okay," but then da 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 da, maybe we should try this. Then I'm just trying to work it out. Like, who are you for me not to I could disagree with you, and then you can in turn disagree with my disagreement.
Right,
That
right,
doesn't mean I'm angry.
right.
Angry
So
now, you gotta have this conversation about me being angry.
friend, we got this comment session lit over here right now. So check this one out. I have an extensive
I have
background
an
in
extensive
working.
background working in the mental health field, and one thing you find is that labels tend to accentuate the undesired behavior. Hold on, I gotta unpack that in my brain up for a second.
So how she called me mad and I wasn't mad.
Yes.
Now that she's called me mad, I
Mm-hmm.
am mad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't mad before, but I'm mad now that you said I was mad. I could have been perfectly chill, but I'm mad. Now I'm mad. I'm upset. I'm mad. I'm mad. Sharita said, Kia, you doing your good talking tonight, girl.
I just feel like it's
This
definitely
is something we're definitely passionate about. Remember, all of our conversations are
it's
things that come
upsetting
from.
that it's upsetting that you like when I watch y'all know the Karen videos don't went crazy. When you see all these or you go silent. When you have all these videos where you seeing these less melanated people have complete and total meltdowns and people feeling sorry for them. But
Girl, Victoria's Secret, the
raise my
Victoria's Secret
voice,
lady.
if I raise my voice a quarter of an octave in any type of emotion, oh my God, I'm angry. Like, why can't I be sad or stressed or have a mental problem?
Or feel unsafe.
Well, you have to understand she has trauma. I got trauma. You want to talk about trauma?
Listen, we can talk about
We
trauma if you
as
want to
a
go. If you want to
people,
talk about trauma, we can talk about trauma.
we as a people have trauma. And you gonna sit up here and all I said was, yeah, I don't think we should paint the walls red. Maybe we should try tan. And you called me angry because I disagreed with the color red. Like it is the smallest things. And because a melanin person, this woman, because they don't necessarily do that to men. I don't know. Brothers, y'all tell me. You all tell me. But if you encounter this, especially in professional settings, is there angry black man syndrome? I don't know. But it is, as soon as a sister don't want, it's anger. It's not anger. I have a right to choose. I have a right to feel. Why do I have to hold my feelings and opinions so tight for fear that someone's going to think I'm angry?
Right. It looked like we got a comment over here that says black women have a way of saying things a certain way that lets you know this conversation is over and you better shut up. Would you agree with that?
I agree with that. Is that the same thing as being angry, though?
Mm-mm.
That's the thing.
But it could definitely be viewed as angry.
It is. It's viewed as angry, but no, it's for us. It's just closure. Like, okay, I'm done with this topic.
I'm gonna protect my peace right now. This is over.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna protect my peace. This is over.
Yeah, exactly.
We got an answer, friend.
Yes, men get it too, especially large. Yeah. I could see that. I could see that. I can see that. I can watch my less melanated friends have a total meltdown. They will sit down and talk with them and see what's wrong. But if I have a glimpse of any emotion, there's something wrong with me. So, okay. All right.
So the men are chiming in tonight. Thank you, men. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for chiming in tonight.
So we're dealing with so maybe maybe this type should have just been mad and black. So because apparently we're all dealing with it. But we're women, so we had to go from our angle and our experience as women, because we even I could even say I get it from my kids. I've gotten it from my husband, or from my mother, where sometimes I'm just not mad, but I guess the way I responded to whatever, it'll just, oh, well, she's upset, I'm gonna leave her alone. I'm like, I'm not upset, I just don't want to talk about that no more. I've moved on.
Oh, Linda said we're labeled as being angry and aggressive. Linda, I definitely agree with that. Sometimes just speaking up for ourselves leads us to a position where they look at us and they think that we're just so mad or just so distraught or so upset or so emotionally imbalanced, when all we're doing is speaking up for ourselves. Like, really, really think about it. When we were looking into, like, where did this whole thing come from? So the first thing says that it was a stereotype that was racial in American society to portray the black woman as ill-mannered and ill-tempered by nature. And it's related to concepts that are often displayed. We see a lot of things on TV, like one of the examples we heard when we were looking at a particular book was about Nell Carter. Anybody remember Nell Carter from back in the day? Nell Carter was the same character on everything she ever played on. So she was the sassy black girl on everything she ever was on. Do y'all remember Tootie from The Facts of Life?
Mm-hmm.
You remember Tootie from The Facts of Life? Y'all know her. What's her actual name though? She played Regine. She was there by Kim Fields. Kim Fields. Yeah. So same thing. She played the same type of character. We got we got Yes, she was on Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Who?
Nell Carter was on Hanging
Oh
with
yeah,
Mr. Cooper. Yes,
yeah,
she was.
yeah.
She was
And
on
she
Hanging
still
with Mr.
had
Cooper.
that same.
That same personality.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because it was more palatable for the others.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say. It was more palatable for the others. So with that, when we're looking at like the comparison, so now that we've kicked it off and we've really gotten our feelings off our chest, we can get into some of this stuff here because I'm gonna just be real. Like we had some real strong feelings about that. I don't know if y'all picked up on what we was putting down. So now let's go ahead and get to it, okay? So first thing, sass versus rage, right? Do you all feel, and I'm gonna do the plug thing after this so they can answer, friend. So
Okay.
do you feel that we as black women turn to sass when it's too risky to display our
Mm-hmm.
rage? Let us know. And men, you all can answer on that as well. Do you feel like you resort to like sarcasm or another form of
Yeah,
relational
or like you
annoyance,
laugh it off, or yeah,
yeah, when instead of going to rage because you feel like it might be too risky to show your
yeah.
rage. So
Mm-hmm.
while we're waiting on those answers, if you're not already subscribed to us via YouTube, I see we've got quite the YouTube following this evening. This chat is going crazy. So do us a favor and go ahead and subscribe if you have not already. We're in our race to 100 subscribers. Why? Because our URL for YouTube looks crazy right now and we need it to say the Melanin Mindset. I think that's fair enough, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like the content that we bring. And then do us a favor. Take it over to Facebook, the Melanin Mindset as well. And go ahead and like our page. Follow us. You will get updates there. Instagram has exclusive content where we'll be posting encouraging messages and other fun things throughout the week. And you can also catch us. What was the other one? Twitter. All right. So
On Twitter.
check us out on Twitter because our Instagram posts, there's linked to our Twitter. So you all will start seeing more activity happen over there as well.
Mm-hmm.
One last thing, and I got to make a cover thing for that, okay? Because the Melanin Mindset is on TikTok, y'all. So the Melanin Mindset is on TikTok. So y'all hang tight because we're going to have a blast in the coming weeks.
We have some exclusive
Oh,
behind the
yes.
scenes stuff coming next week. And over this
So,
next week, you're gonna find some stuff on TikTok, so you might want to check us out over there.
so it's at the Melanin Mindset on TikTok. I'm telling you, it will definitely be worth it. So these answers are definitely coming in. We appreciate it. We're right now about to talk about, do you feel like you turn to sass when rage is too risky? So thank you
Mm-hmm.
and stay tuned. So
Mm-hmm.
the fear is that for most black women, you can go from annoyed to mad real quick. And I never quite know what may push it that way. Oh, snap.
So I pulled this one because this was quite interesting to me. I remember a few years back, like I would always feel like I was the more vocal one when it came to like being upset about stuff in my relationship. But I never really could say that my husband ever raised his voice, ever said anything. And at one point I just was like, well, do you get mad? And this was kind of what his response was. It was like, I don't want to say anything to like push you over the edge. Like, who do you think you married? Like, I'm not gonna kill you. Like, what? I don't.
Girl, he been watching Snapped.
Like, I mean, I don't. Why is it a fear? Like you're fearful I'm gonna hurt your feelings? Like, really? Is everybody else that soft and just black women are that tough? Like you. That's not like, oh, well, I don't want to upset you. Like, what?
You delicate flower.
What is it I'm gonna do? I'm really curious. Like, what's in your head that, like you said, from annoyed to mad? So, what is mad? What do you think? What do you think we're gonna do? And I
Right.
just
I need to know the levels.
historically, when you see things on the news of like people murdering people and serial killers and man, it's usually not black women. So, what is it that people so afraid of that we're gonna do?
Right. I like this one. It says, yes, I believe I do. Sarcasm has kept out a lot of fights. Listen, Lanaya, I agree with you 100%. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because whereas I am kind of teeter tottering on what Tech said there, okay,
Mm-hmm.
kind of teeter tottering on that because it is true. I can find myself snapping off rather quickly. So,
Mm-hmm.
with that, instead, and it's only when you feel insulted, friend, stop me if I'm wrong. When
Yeah.
I feel like you're insulting my intelligence, that's
Yes.
when the
That's
switch
what it
will
is.
flip. It's something
Almost,
about that. My switch
almost
flips.
always. Almost always.
Yeah,
It's
it's
when you lie. It's when you act like I'm the dumb one in the conversation. It's when
Uh-huh.
you belittle me.
Come
It's
on
when you
here.
act like my opinion doesn't matter. So yeah, yes, it's when you take me and think you about to put me down in my place that may cause what you deem to be mad black woman, but it's just really me standing up for my place.
That's so true. And I mean, I know, just like you're saying, the same thing. It's like, it's just when you tap dance on that line is so thin. You know what I'm saying? I let you go so far. And then it's just like it wasn't far enough for you. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so you just
Mm-hmm.
jump over into
Yeah.
the abyss. For some reason, you felt like you just really had to go there. And then, yeah, it's just like flip. It just flips. And then it's, so it might seem like annoyed. You know what I'm saying? Um, oh, they're not afraid of what we do as it do. It's just easier to keep the peace. Okay. I understand. So you're just trying to keep it together. But at the same time, like, it's just that switch. Really think about it. If you really, really, really consider how you would feel if someone said what you just said to you. Think of it that way. That's kind of how I always try to rationalize it. Like, really think about it for a second. If I called you out in front of everybody and downplayed your response.
I'm sorry.
I know, I see it. I see it.
Uh-huh.
I messed up at the intro, so I'm trying to keep my head straight right now. I'm trying to recoup, and so I'm trying to redeem myself. All right.
Mhm.
So, but it's just like if I've said this same thing to you or pulled you out in front of everybody and basically belittled your concept or said ain't your point,
Mhm.
how would you feel? Would you feel like you had to explain or validate? Or would you just be like, you right. I am stupid.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna go
Yeah.
down like that.
But it don't matter because even if you said that, what you mad for?
Right. Even if I said, okay, I
Because
am
even if
stupid.
you said, okay, I see your opinion's better than mine. Oh, you mad? No, I disagreed with you. I said your opinion was better than mine. Like it doesn't. It's almost like you can't win. You can't win, kid. You know. You know what's funny about that, Valerie? My aunt Denise just had commented up somewhere else where she said, "I'll just laugh at you." So it's a family thing. She commented, "Why feeding to the nonsense? I could just laugh in your face to keep you from cursing out." Yes, see, that's my auntie. It's a family thing. It's genetic.
Oh man. Oh,
Like
come on.
you're not about to take yes, and Marquise very much so. I think that's why we're friends. We go back and forth, and
Yep.
when we get each other, we be mad. Like I can't believe I let her get me on that one.
Yeah, listen, I tell you, I was just telling my husband, I want to say today, it might have been today. I was talking about your friend. I hope your ears was ringing. But I was talking to my husband today. I was like, when you really sit back and look at it, I said tonight we're gonna be talking about the mad black woman and like really, really consider what deems a woman to be mad. Like I said, when I deal with Kia, I said, like, let's just be clear. I might tell Kia something a certain way. Kia will say a thing to other people with the most blatant outright description of how she feels about the situation. I said, but then she'll come talk to me and it's almost like she'll consider the fact like this is my friend. Like I care what is gonna happen when I say this to her. And I told him, I said, and the sad thing is I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I said
I
I do
don't
the same
know.
thing.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty. I don't know. I guess I'm pretty hard on everybody that I care about. But if I haven't cussed you out, I probably don't care about you. If I hadn't said that was stupid to you, you probably ain't on my top list of people.
Yes, they tell me when I say I hate you, they're like, I love you too. And I hate
uh,
them for that. So I want to call out this comment right here. It says, usually when melanin women snap, we get loud.
mm,
Often when non-melanin women snap, they get violent. Check out Oxygen's TV station. I
mhm,
would like to, first thing, let me give some applause. Thank you so much for catching on so quick, Sharita, and using the non-melanin term. We
mhm.
appreciate you. So, but yeah, that is actually true. That is so true.
Yeah.
If you've watched Snapped, anybody, if you've watched Snapped, yeah. So it could definitely go quite a bit different, as opposed to the the reactions we see on there.
Mm-hmm.
So what you see from us, I should say. So
Yeah.
we got another comment from Tech, actually. Tech, you on fire tonight. It says, how you feel is different than how you react. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, yeah. How you feel is different than how you react. I mean, a lot of times I could feel more rage than I express.
Facts.
And that's kind of what the question was, like, in work settings and things like that, like where someone might get under your skin, you kind of hold back more, like you said, you were saying, because of the risk. You're like, oh, I need this job, so
Right, I
I
got
can
to keep my
cut her
job.
out. But I still kind of want to say what I gotta say. Or sometimes we let stuff go because it's more important for us to, I guess, pay our bills than it is to make a point. And I mean, that's with anything. Some things are not even worth picking your battle. But sometimes when people see you do that, if they know they said something and you should have popped off at them, and they see you didn't respond, now you feel as though you're comfortable with doing it over and over again. So this is why a lot of times in settings such as work, we get labeled as the angry black woman or the mad black woman, because we don't let you say this and I ain't say nothing. And I done let you get away with this little slick comment in the email and I ain't say nothing. And now, you done said one more thing and I let you get away with it. So now, by the time I done got my little boldness and I'm like, I really don't care about this job, I'm about to let this heifer have it. Now I'm going back to all the things you done did. Cause I'm like, cause you done did this, and remember the email, and now, yes, I seem mad because I held it back for so long, but now I'm just gonna dig up everything.
The volcano
And
is
I'm like, oh
erupting at
my
this
gosh,
point.
why are you so mad? Because you so disrespectful.
So
Continuously.
to the response here, you feel belittled, so you come back and scorch. Listen, I think Steve Harvey said it the best. He was like, you say something about me, I'm coming for your whole family. They're gonna say something about your mama, your sister with the lazy eye. Everybody's going down. All
Mm-hmm,
right. And
mm-hmm,
it's like, at this point, you tried me. So now that I feel tried, and what I mean when I say I feel tried, it's like I feel as though you attempted to make me appear as less than. So we're gonna give a definition to that. So I feel tried. I feel like you really just came for me. So with that, yes, I'm going for the shock factor. So
mm-hmm,
you attempted to make me feel bad. I'm gonna make sure we drive the point home. But that's not necessarily necessary. I'm just saying that in some instances that will be the response.
mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
like you were saying with keep the job, it's a fact. It's a fact. There's a lot of different battles that I've had to lay by the wayside in corporate America because I'm keeping my job. Just like that. You just let it
Absolutely.
rock because I'm keeping my job. He said, so technically you are the mad black woman. Listen, I can
Yeah,
be if and you are
yeah,
basically proving what the topic is tonight.
yeah,
So you're
yeah.
calling me the mad black woman, but satire, what's the word? Looking at the satire that is there, then yes, stereotypically, every black woman can be a mad black woman.
Every woman could be a mad woman, but why is it such a label of the black woman? It ain't no mad white woman label going around, you
Right.
know.
Well, they called him Karen, honey. They called him Karen.
Oh, is that what it is? Because no, because Karens are just messy. They just minding other people's business.
Oh no, 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 Tech, not the case. That's not what I was saying. Like, this is when I'm saying blatant, open, clear, evident disrespect, not my assumption.
No, no,
Like
no,
the
no,
example
not
I
something.
gave, the example I gave was blatant, open, clear, intentional
Mm-hmm.
disrespect. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a matter of me thinking that's what was being said. It was the actual words that were said. So with that, it was like I started to explain to give, well, no, this would work better, or this could work if you consider. As a matter of fact, I didn't say what they had to do. I made a suggestion. And so then it was just like, well, how does that make sense? Well, I literally just explained how it made sense, but I can explain it a different way. But it was just like when I explained it a different way. So why are you getting upset? Why are you mad? But I literally, my tone stayed the same. My demeanor didn't change. I didn't raise my voice, nothing. just because of my disagreeing with the comment that was made. Why am I getting upset? I was not getting upset, but now I am.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, it's almost like because I didn't shut up, now you assume I'm mad. Like, and that's kind of back to, I think Linda's comment was, black men just want you to shut up. Like, why?
Why didn't you put that on the screen?
Like, why? Because it was like, they was coming in so fast.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that you can't continue the conversation just because I said something or you don't like the way I expressed it back? How did it end up being that I'm angry? Like 9 times out of 10, a black woman is not angry until you call her angry.
Right.
Until you call her mad, angry, or crazy. Crazy. Don't call me crazy. Because if you call me crazy, I'm going to show you crazy.
So with the subject of the mad black woman, there are some times that we will be so worried about this label, this stigma, this stereotype, that we don't have the space, or we don't feel, I should say that, because it definitely is an emotions thing. We don't feel like we are safe enough to say the things that we actually need. So I
Mm-hmm.
want to hear from the men and the women as well. And we're gonna get into some of these comments, friend, because they coming in real
Yeah,
fast.
y'all give us these comments. I want to go on this one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop the question, and then we're gonna talk about this comment that's on the screen. So, do you ever have fear of judgment because of these feelings? So, somebody might have said something that upset you, but you're so worried about them judging you for expressing your disapproval of what maybe they said to you or what they did to you,
Mm-hmm.
that you just don't say anything. Earlier, we had a comment that came in and said, or you just shut down,
Yeah.
right? So you ever just shut down and then like they thought you was mad because you said nothing? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I want to know about that fear of judgment.
In work settings, I'm more of a shutdown.
Mm,
I check out. You can hold on. And once I'm checked out, I'm checked out. You can continue to talk and have an entire conversation. I would not be able to tell you nothing you said because I have completely checked out. I could check out and still interact with you in a conversation and still have no idea what you said. Once I get to that point where I'm like, okay, this is pointless, I'm like, okay, great. I won't even know what you said. But
yeah,
that was in a work setting, and I'm not saying that that's good. I'm just saying that was my coping mechanism, was to just shut down. And one of my coworkers called me out on that one time when she said it was a time where I shouldn't stand up for myself, but because my default is to just shut down, I just shut down. I was like, I don't care. They can do what they want. This whole place could burn down.
yep. I'm so
I'll
guilty
stand
of that
there.
as well.
I'll
You know
stand there
what
and
I
look at
did?
the fire. I will look at the fire, walk away, and go get in my car and go home. And then you'll be
I went
like,
ahead and
"Is
took
she
some
in
time
there?"
off.
Y'all will be looking for me, thinking I was in the fire, and I have already left the building.
Mm. I went ahead and took some time off after that happened. I took a couple
Mm,
days, stay home. Well, I work from home, but I took a couple days. I ain't log on them people's stuff. I just took
yeah.
off. So, but yeah,
So
we
this,
want to see the answer to that question of fear of judgment because of the way you feel.
yeah.
Like, does that waver how you respond in the workplace? Go ahead, Kia.
Yeah, so this comment from Lanaya was like, I feel like it's more than just loud and angry emotions that will get you labeled as mad black woman, because I'm more, that's supposed to say, quiet and to myself with my feelings, and I'm still deemed as in my feelings or angry. So unless I'm sitting around looking pretty and perched with a slight smile, I can't smile too much and I can't frown. I gotta be
Mm,
right in the middle and I gotta look nice and I gotta sit up straight. They're gonna be like, what's wrong with you? What's
right.
wrong? And if you ask me what's wrong with me and ain't nothing wrong with me, I'm like, nothing. You sure? And then if you say you sure, now it come on now, it starts to bring feelings like, well, no, I'm fine. Like, don't keep asking me, because now I'm just annoyed that you keep asking me.
So true.
Like, and I don't
So
know,
true.
it is, am I wrong for that? Like, why is it that, because then nobody asked Miss Smith whether she was upset. Ain't nobody come and tell her, oh, you look tired today. That comment right there makes me want to fight people. You look tired. Like, who thinks that it's okay to tell somebody they look tired?
Right.
They be like, you look tired. I want to be saying you look ugly, but I thought it was rude to say it, so I didn't say it. But you didn't think that it was rude to say I'm tired, so now I'm telling you you ugly.
Hey, Darla.
Hello,
Darla's out in
Darla.
Philly.
Good evening, my love.
How are you, Darla?
Mhm.
So go ahead and you all can throw us a hi down in the chat. Let us
Okay,
know where
okay,
you're viewing from.
okay, Stan. Then tell us what the different types of mad black women are.
All right. So let us know where you're viewing us from. Please feel free to drop that down in the chat. And go ahead and back to that comment, friend.
Mm-hmm. Say y'all know it's different types of mad black women. You tell me, cause to me it's just mad and black. So what's the different types? I would like to know. I'm even trying to come up with one in my head and think about it. Cause what we're talking about is the perception that I'm angry about something that I'm not. Black man bear angry. Huh? Black man bear the angry black man label in the workplace, but black women, I must admit, have that plus the fact you're a woman.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
called what is that term?
Yeah,
Because
because sometimes
I just was talking about that. The
yeah, men angry in the workplace doesn't seem to be looked upon as a problem. Like my husband sometimes tells me how men at his job be throwing whole temper tantrums. And I just be thinking like they still have a job. I'm like, how do they still have a job? Like it doesn't make sense to me. Because I know if any woman went off in the same capacity of some of the stories he's told me, she would have been fired instantly. Like mad, throwing tools, angry. Like, could you imagine a woman going off at work like that? Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you. Yes.
Oh,
Go
you didn't
ahead.
respond. I was waiting
You
for
were
you to.
going. I was letting you keep going. Shoot.
No,
You was carrying on, so I was letting you rock.
yeah, I'm just saying, like that's kind of like yeah, like you said with the man versus the woman type thing. So yeah, so not only are we angry, we also a woman. That's a whole nother episode.
Yes,
but
it's
but why? So if I cared, which I don't, we all know I don't. If I cared about being labeled a mad black woman, like my psyche and my way of going about life would be to hide it from everybody or like how hold my feelings back because and that's why we got so many mental health issues right now with women because we're afraid to talk about it. Like it's already been labeled as taboo, you know, and now it's like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I don't want to upset him, I don't want to upset her, I don't want to seem like I'm a mad. And now you got a lot of women around here that don't even know how to express their feelings.
right, and it could lead us to places where we feel like we have to tone ourselves down. Have you all ever felt like you needed to tone yourself down when you're in certain situations? Like I can't come with my personality, and it's not even about the anger or being a mad black woman. Like, have
Mhm.
you ever like minimized yourself in a room because you felt like your personality just might be more than what they can handle? So
Yeah.
it looks like we have a comment over here. It's I'm a 265 with a deep voice, and I feel like people assume I'm about to punch someone at any moment if I'm slightly annoyed. I deal with the same thing. I if I have a straight face, they be like, don't bother her, leave her alone. She's no, I'm literally just doing my work.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my job. What do y'all
And
want me to do?
that's
Do a
the
song and dance while I'm working? You want me to just get up, do a song and
that's the
dance?
whole thing. It's like
You know,
why at some point we are saying like yeah sometimes I'm mad but then the time like why do you assume I'm mad when I'm not.
yes, 8.
Hmm?
We have a bunch of eights here. It says yes and 8.
Yeah, I feel that. I don't know, I just and then there's this I wrote it in the notes. What was it called? The invincible woman syndrome. Like where black women are labeled as being strong and we resilient and all of this stuff and it's almost like when we show any level of vulnerability it's labeled as mad. Like I can't be, it's almost like I can't be vulnerable. I can't care about myself. I gotta care about everybody else. I don't matter. My mental health is overlooked. Like, oh, she just upset. She'll be all right. You know, people don't. You see that girl in what was the one you was talking about? What store was it in when she was acting a mess, crying and kicking on the floor and stuff? The non-melanin lady was
Oh,
saying, "Stop
Victoria's Secret.
recording me." Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was. I just remember in the comments like people like, "Oh, she's probably just mentally disabled and stuff like that." But let that had have been a sister laying on the floor kicking and screaming. Nobody would have said that. They would have said, "Oh my gosh, why she's so mad? She's so angry." Da 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 da. But we, in that's what the whole problem is. Like, it could be a mental health issue. It could just be that I disagree. It could just be that I don't feel like being bothered. And me not feeling like being bothered doesn't mean I'm mad. It just means I need me time. Why is that? Oh, you mad? No, it's just I would like to spend some time with myself right now. I don't have to be mad to want to spend time with myself right now. Right?
Right.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Pretty.
So we find ourselves avidly controlling our emotions to avoid this mad black woman label.
Yes. So, I agree, Linda. Sometimes it is our body language. Our body language can say a ton. Sometimes you can sit a certain way, or you can look a certain way, or you can hold your posture a certain way, and it definitely sends the message you need it to send. But in the instance of the stereotypical comment with the mad black woman, it's literally just existing or expressing yourself as a black woman in general. And the response you get just for expressing yourself, period. I know we did talk a lot about the situation where, like, because you call me mad, now I'm mad, right? But if we really get down to it, it doesn't stem from that. That's the part of it that we can borderline laugh about, but the truth is, you can be labeled a mad black woman when you're literally just existing in your
Mm-hmm.
authenticity.
Yeah.
Like, I expressed myself because I didn't agree. And because I didn't agree, now I'm going against the system and I'm just trying to tear the whole company down. And that's like, what? So now I'm a mad black woman for speaking up. And then there's situations where we find that we tone ourselves down when we walk into a room because maybe the aesthetic of the room just doesn't fit. We don't feel like we fit in that environment. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like to feel like you don't fit in the environment when you come in, because if you get too boisterous or you speak up too loud, you're just this, you're categorized as this extra individual. And the truth be told, behind the mad black woman situation, we kind of want to take that away. We don't want to let someone just label that on you. You don't accept that as a badge. It's something that you deal with, something you address, but it's not like something you have to accept. There we go. That's the thing. You don't have to accept the label someone puts on you. So with that, looking at if we cross the line though, friend, what if we actually did cross the line? What if I'm being the stereotypical mad black woman?
But that's just the problem. Stereotypical mad black woman ain't even mad. It's just that somebody else decided to call them a mad black woman. That woman was minding her business. She didn't even realize that they thought she was mad.
I mean, like, what if I fit the description? What if I'm fitting the description of the mad black woman? So it's like it says the image is used to talk about ill mannered or ill tempered by nature. So let's say I'm having a moment, all right, and I'm spazzing right now. Now, to me, it is the most valid thing in the world. But then in hindsight, hindsight sometimes be 2020. And
Mm-hmm.
so when hindsight becomes 2020, you're like, Marquita, why? Like, why? They literally bumped into you. Why? You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like you flew off the handle, but then in hindsight you were like, well, doggone it. Have you ever been in that situation before where you just actually lost your temper?
I could say yes, but there was no hindsight. Like, once anybody knows me, it takes a lot for me to lose my temper. If I lose my temper, you've pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. Like, if I lay hands, you done did a lot. Or, but for me to just be honestly angry and upset, like, I don't know. I can't. I'm trying to think of an instance where maybe in hindsight I was like, you ain't have to go off like that. And I can't. Like, I'm very unapologetic. Like, if I pop off, I feel like you needed it. So
Listen, I could probably always justify my behavior, but at the same time, was there a situation where I could have potentially handled it different? Maybe like that. Maybe I should say it like that. And it's like now I'm saying that and I'm trying to think of a situation where I could say I could have handled it different.
I guess.
You guess?
I guess.
Well, let's ask the viewers. Let's ask the viewers. Have you ever been in that situation where you feel like I could have handled it different? I could have
Like,
went about this another way.
like I could have went about it another way, but it still would have had the same. It still would have been on the same intensity level. So I don't know.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, how about this? Well, how about you've been in a situation where you felt like you needed to apologize? Maybe you felt like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't intend to, say it to you like that." Are you quick to apologize or are you more or less like I said what I said? Cuz I'm definitely an I said what I said person. I think the only ones I backtrack to my husband. I I don't ever think I needed to backtrack to you.
I only backtrack if I'm wrong, which doesn't happen very often. If I'm like, just like, if I accuse you of something and you didn't do what I accused you of, yes, I will apologize right away. I will apologize right away. But if I, like, for example, I think was it last week or the week before? My husband told me I was being mean at you because of something petty you did. And I said, see, you acting like a brat. I'll talk to you in a few days.
I was not being petty.
Yes, she was. Now, and you admitted it. And you admitted it. You said
I did a petty thing.
Exactly.
I wasn't being petty. I had one small
Excuse
petty
me?
behavior.
What is the difference? What is the difference?
I'm not fooling with you. There's a distinct difference. I can have a petty trait, but I was not existing in that petty trait at that moment. I did a petty thing. It was an isolated event.
And why did you do the petty thing?
Because you were being extra. You were being really extra.
So I was being extra. I was being extra because I was stating that we were off track. I'm like, no, this is not the angle that we started going. We started going ABC. You ended up at XYZ. So she just shuts the whole thing down. Like, no.
Well, technically, you shut the whole thing down.
I did not.
Are you being an angry black woman right now? Because it just seems that way.
It could be whatever.
A lot going on right now.
It could be whatever you want it to be. But that's not just... So, like, in that situation, like, my husband told me that he's like, well, that was rude. You shouldn't have did that. I was like, oh, but what she did wasn't rude. So, like, I feel like I was matching her rudeness.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. But
I don't know. I have had, of course, you guys know I teach, and I have said things to students, and students have come back to me and been like, well, Miss Blaine, I didn't like when you said da 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 da. I have never chewed back the words I said. I'd be like, okay, well, when you demonstrate something other than what I said, I won't say it no more. But right now, this is what I'm observing. And it just is what it is. I think I told one girl, she was a follower. And she got upset because I said she was a follower. Now, in any other instance, if I was a less melanated teacher, I would have probably felt as though she was being an angry black woman because she came to me to say, I didn't appreciate you calling me a follower. You understand what I'm saying? Like she stood up for herself because I called her a follower. Now I could have labeled her as an angry black woman because she came back at me to come go, well, I didn't appreciate you calling me a follower. You know? But I mean, I didn't. I wouldn't have appreciated nobody calling me a follower either if I didn't realize I was a follower. But I said, I told her, I said, I understand, but you were a follower. She stopped being a follower after that. She got her life all the way together. Sis making mad money.
I cannot. So we got a few who commented, and they did say that they've been in that situation where they had to not necessarily chew back their words, but look back at it like, hey, I could have handled it different. And yeah, we all have some of those moments where we look back and we think we could have handled it different. So as we turn the corner to head out the door, everybody, we do appreciate you all coming in to tune in with us tonight to talk about the Mad Black Woman. Now, I want you all to keep in mind that this is literally a stereotypical concept. It's not necessarily saying that the Mad Black Woman is a role you have to adopt or take on. It's just us peeling back the layers to the thing. We'll probably have to come back and talk some more about the Mad Black Woman in a little bit more detail and maybe hit some of the points here. And so thank you so much, Tech. So with that, we want to hear from you all. So please start sending us inbox messages with things you want to hear us discuss. We love to engage with you. So the conversation you had going on tonight was definitely lit. Y'all definitely kept us going. So make sure you're here with us next week on Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. All right. 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, and we'll be getting into our next topic. So a tip for this week, what can we leave you all with? Please know that no matter what someone labels you, it's literally going to be the example you set for yourself. You do not have to adopt whatever label is placed on you. You do not have to accept whatever someone calls you or claims that you are. You know who you are. We've talked so much about knowing who you are. You all should know by now what the deal is. So make sure you are out there protecting your peace and you are sharing this content with someone you really do care about, because we care about you as well. So make sure you tune in with us next week. Friend, anything?
I'm sorry, I was reading a comment on the side. I got sidetracked. There was so many good comments this episode.
It's a lot of amazing comments. Right? We could not get to all of them.
In. But yeah, you said, friend, did you say anything? And I'm sorry, I didn't even catch the last few words you said, but because I was somewhere else. But yes, what'd you say?
Well, I basically gave them a tip of the week and told them
and so
quite a bit, as a matter of fact.
I know what you said. I'm gonna put it in the other words. You said it ain't. What the I think it was some more who said that, or it was a comedian.
It's not what they call you. It's what
they call you. It's what you answer to. I don't know. Sometimes I don't mind. Maybe we should take Mad Black Woman and keep it for ourselves, the same way we did nigga.
Oh my gosh.
So all right, y'all. If you less melanated, you're not allowed to say I'm angry. You better not call me angry. Calling me angry is like calling me the N-word. Don't call me angry.
I can't deal.
Well, I have you all so much. Have on a t-shirt that say angry black woman. You better not call me angry. I'm sorry.
All right, so we're gonna run it back from last week. If you haven't signed the petition yet for the C.R.O.W.N Act, please go ahead and take full advantage of that. The link is down in our description still, and we also have the instructions on how you can do that. Get on there and sign the C.R.O.W.N Act. It literally takes less than a minute. No joke whatsoever. Please follow the steps on the outro, and we'll be right back next week, Monday, 8:30 p.m. Chat then, y'all. Good night.
Have a great night.
Feeling inspired and want to know what you can do to help? Join the Melanin Mindset in signing the C.R.O.W.N Act petition. We've included some instructions here on the screen. Feel free to find that description box down below, and the link is right there for you at the very top. You too can make a difference. We want to be the change. Help us make a difference. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and remember, protect your peace and share this with someone you care about. Good night, y'all.